helps. Our customers tell the story.
Peter C. says, "This is the first thank you I have ever written to a company. Your ring relief product has greatly reduced my tinnitus. Thank you for the good night's sleep."
James H. wrote, "This is the first time I've been free of ear ringing in over a year."
These are unsolicited testimonials from our customers. No gimmicks. If you suffer from tinnitus, join the thousands who found relief with all-natural ring relief.
Ring Relief is available at Kroger, CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, and Walmart. Or go to ringrelief.com for Ring Relief eardrops.
There are no guarantees in love, but there is a guarantee from EH Plus by eHarmony, our new personal matchmaking service. At EH Plus, your own personal matchmaker gets to know you so well, we can guarantee introductions that will be satisfying and exciting. EH Plus goes far beyond regular online dating sites, and that's a guarantee. Visit us at ehplus.com/love or call 1-855-930-LOVE.
Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
You're listening to KCAA Loma Linda at 106.5 FM, K293CF Moreno Valley.
Good Friday afternoon, 3:03 is the time. I'm Di Rice with the latest in live local news here on KCAA 1050 AM. 5 people were detained after one person was shot and hospitalized yesterday afternoon in the east side area of Riverside. The shooting happened just before 2 p.m. at 11th and Mesa Streets and was witnessed by a Riverside police detective. Police set up a perimeter that included Chicago and University Avenues and Chicago and Martin Luther King Boulevard. A helicopter was circling overhead at about 3:30. An officer reported that a man with a gun was at large in the area. John W. North High School, which is on Chicago Avenue and 3rd, was put on lockdown for about 20 minutes shortly before the school day ended. The man has since been arrested. The detainees have been released, but the suspect's name has not been released. And the law enforcement community is mourning the loss of San Bernardino police officer Bryce Haynes. Haynes, 40, was killed early yesterday while on duty when his patrol car was broadsided by a suspected drunk driver. The crash occurred on Etiwanda Avenue at 4th Street. Ontario police determined that a 27-year-old man from Fontana, Archie Green III, drove his car through a red light, slamming into Haynes' patrol car and sending it into a utility pole. The officer died minutes later at a Fontana hospital. Green suffered minor injuries and was arrested and jailed on suspicion of manslaughter and felony drunk driving. Prosecutors could also upgrade the charges to second-degree murder. Officer Haynes worked for the San Bernardino Police Department for 12 years. He was a resident of Redlands and is survived by his wife and 3 children. Inland Empire weather, sunny and nice. Highs today 75, tomorrow 79, and by Sunday, few clouds coming in, but a high of 77. By Monday, Tuesday, we could have some showers, so beware of that, and of course, cooler temperatures with that. Right now, we are at 75 degrees here in San Bernardino. Looking at your traffic, stop and go, 60 westbound between Central and Highway 71. 71 busy between the 60 and Mission Boulevard. Stop and go in Ontario, 15 southbound between the 10 and Harupa. And then in Colton, 215 southbound between Mount Vernon and Washington Street is a bit busy. That is the very latest with news, weather, and traffic on the station that leaves no listener behind. KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM.
Here's your Money Minute with Market Wrap host Mo Ansari.
If you follow the markets, you've probably been getting seasick lately. But what if I told you that market volatility can be a good thing? If you're a bargain hunter, this is your coupon. So keep your shopping list handy. If you're a long-term investor with plenty of time before retirement, the money going into your 401k each month will buy more shares when the markets are down. And if you have a good financial plan, you can relax while others worry, because that plan will carry you beyond today's headlines. Of course, you should always consider professional guidance before making any financial decisions. That's your Money Minute. I'm Mo Ansari.
For more tips on investing during market volatility and other investment topics, listen to Market Wrap weekdays at 5 p.m. on this station. For a free consultation with Mo Ansari, call 800-388-9700. That's 800-388-9700.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds Custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
Broadcasting more local radio programs than any other station in California, we are KCAA.
Hello, everybody. This is Trevor with Lyle.
The man-child.
And Leslie.
Yay, we're back again.
We are.
We never do a rerun. That's...
And we never will.
Ain't
No.
gonna happen.
And we might do some more shows than just Friday. But I'm not going to get into that later. I'll just leave that hanging.
You mean you don't want to tell them about...
Not yet. But I'm just going to say it's possible. It is very possible. Because anything's possible.
Of course.
Okay. Boost it up. Give me that song. All right. You know what we're going to do today? We've got guest Valerie Stewart. I was playing stuff. It's like swing music, but the Cotton Club and all that. We're going to talk about the old days. And we've also got Dave Lehrman back, and Dave is here.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Dave!
Hold on, here's your
I
intro.
am so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
Dave!
Oh,
hey,
we cut out the announcer. Hey, that's a good idea, huh?
yeah.
Do you really need an introduction?
Well,
No.
It's good to be here.
And here he is,
Dave
Lehrman.
Thank you. I'm so excited about the guest today. It's Jesse's Song Week, the anniversary of when Jessie Spanos lost her mind on Saved by the Bell. Did you guys know that?
No, Saved by the Bell.
It was 25 years ago when on the show Saved by the Bell, Jessie, the character played by Elizabeth Berkley, overdosed on caffeine pills.
Yeah, and then she became a hooker in the movies.
Yeah, in the movie Showgirls.
There
That is
it
correct.
is.
Yes,
Right.
from Bayside High to the streets of Vegas for $2. And well, we're gonna say.
Hey, Dave.
Music.
Dave,
What?
before we get into this, we were just next door at the photo place, and I'm going to bring this up because you understand Hollywood and photography, and
Okay, sure.
They said that if we take a photo, like me and Lyle together, and Leslie,
It wasn't glamour shots, was it?
What?
Was it glamour shots?
Yes, but well, sort of. But in a way, they said if we take a photo, that in order for us to own the negative, we've got to buy our own negative, and they would own it, and they could use it for publicity purposes. So
That's a scam.
yeah, I mean, is that the way it works?
Yeah, that's definitely a word.
Like if they took a picture of Lyle like on the sidewalk out front of his house, and he had the windows open, he was naked. That's okay to publish it?
Well, it might scare people, but
Oh, come on!
Oh,
hey.
but, you know, all these people, they BS about the law. It's like, you know, you got people like, well, you know, in Tennessee, if you put a condom on backwards and the girl gets pregnant, you don't have to pay child support. You know, it's just like a store owner can basically tell you anything you want.
Yeah.
So, it's like, the term caveat emptor?
Is
Buyer
that
beware.
why you're moving to Tennessee,
Just find
Leslie?
another place to take a picture.
Yeah.
And there's, no, they don't own it. It's like on Facebook or even Instagram. People are like, I'm getting off of Facebook because Mark Zuckerberg's going to own all my pictures. Trev, what do I have, like 7,000 pictures on Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
But do you own the negatives?
Yeah, well, I took the pictures. I own them. They're my property.
Polaroid.
It's that's why, if I were you, I would, if you want a good session of photography, have Leslie take a picture of you and Lyle.
Right.
And then just take the camera from Leslie and then put the negatives in your pocket. Then you'll
Right.
own them.
Because if Scott,
And
Scott
then
the
cut out
guy
the
from
Because
the,
my digital camera has all kinds of negatives in it.
because once he gets his hand on our picture, it's like gold, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. Sort of like, exactly. Yeah, but we got our guest is so fantastic.
I know, but
let's talk about things like George Jefferson, Sherman Hemsley. Talk about Ted Lang from the Love Boat. These are just some of the people I saw at the Ebony Showcase Theater. Or the fact that our guest was the voice of Brer Bear in Song of the South.
her dad.
Lightning-
Her dad was.
Our guest's dad. Yeah. See, I am excited.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nick
Brer
Stewart's
Bear.
daughter. Well, Nick is no longer with us, but he's here in spirit.
Hey,
Yes.
Brer Bear, I want to see my happy place.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now,
I love it.
I got a question for the three of you.
Yes.
Have you all been on Splash Mountain?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is your favorite Splash Mountain memory?
It's been a long
It's got
time
to always
ago.
be the cammer.
Yeah.
The camera.
Well,
Yeah.
Now,
they didn't
here's
have the
interesting
camera back in the
trivia.
80s. Or did
Speaking
they?
of hacking a camera, did you know that there is a website, but it's very, very secret, and maybe I'll put it on in the chat room. I haven't logged on yet, but when I go in the chat room, it used to be called Flash Mountain, but a former Disney employee stole all the hard drive containing all the captured pictures of people flashing their shirt up at the camera. So there's all these topless pictures, and he posted them on a secret website called Flash Mountain.
Ooh, I
And
need to be
there's
worried.
literally tens of thousands of topless women flashing on Splash Mountain, and it's still on the internet. So if back in the 90s, if you got a little tipsy on Bartles and James wine coolers, and you were dared by your fraternity or sorority friends to lift up your shirt on Splash Mountain, they're still on the internet. So that's some interesting trivia that I know about Splash Mountain.
Dave, we're gonna go to a break, then we're gonna bring
Okay.
on our guest. Hopefully we can get a hold of her. She's not answering, but we're gonna try.
All right, well, we're going to have fun anyways because it's
Right.
happy hour, and
I
that's
know.
what we do.
I know, and we can still talk about
We
it.
always have fun, don't we, Dave?
That's right.
Hey, by the way, brother, I gotta say this real quick before we go to break. I love the picture of Red Fox.
Oh, cool. We can talk Red Fox, too.
Welcome back, Dave.
All right.
Jim Jam jump the jumping jive. Cat's gonna beat out this melody jive. Beat it out on the middle side.
Hello. This is Lyle Fenimore, a.k.a. Man-Child. If you want to talk to us, you could call us at 909. Oh, wait, it's the other way around. Wait, 888. 909? Yeah, 909 1050. Yeah.
Tired of spending too much money on an ad and then trying to find your ad in the newspaper, buried among hundreds, even thousands of other ads? Isn't it time you got a great deal when you were trying to sell that car, that dining room set, that refrigerator, or offering your handyman services? Now you can in the Nickel Shopper. For as little as $7.50 per week, your ad can be seen by thousands of eyeballs in the high desert, and they're getting the Nickel Shopper for free. Call today to place your ad in the Nickel Shopper, 760-646-3654, or go to thenickelshopper.com for all the details. 760-646-3654. The Nickel Shopper, now in the IE.
The Outreach Ministry of United in Christ Baptist Church in Apple Valley believes we need to be leaders in our community and followers in Christ. Just as Matthew 25:36 states, I was naked and you clothed me, United in Christ Baptist Church wants to help those in need with a clothing giveaway Saturday, November 14th, 8:30 till 12:30 at the church located right behind the Apple Valley Post Office. For more information, call Mary Jane at 760-240-6555. 760-240-6555.
I want to see that laughing place.
Boy, am I in love. I think about my laughing place. Everybody's got a laughing place to go. Ho, ho.
Just stop.
Upside down and you'll find your side no.
Valerie. Valerie, are you in? Hi, Valerie. Yes. We're playing Song of the South. That's Laughing Place. And Dave Learman's on the phone with us.
Yeah. Hi, Valerie.
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm not. Can you hear my computer?
You're on the computer?
She's talking through her computer.
That's wonderful, yes.
Oh, no.
Can you turn it down?
Hi.
Valerie, do you have a landline?
We called your number. Can you turn it down a little bit?
Well, I'm trying to turn my computer down so that it looks like you're coming in on two different.
The one thing about Valerie, she knows computers. I mean, more than anybody that I know. And it's like Valerie's like a computer whiz, but
Valerie's such a pioneer. I just befriended her on Lycan.
Yeah.
And I haven't.
I can't
it's
hear
been
you.
so. Well,
You can't hear us?
It's been a while.
I can't hear you.
Do you want us to try you back?
She can't hear us. We need to call her on a landline.
Well, that's
Yeah,
fine.
landline would be great.
That's
Valerie.
fine. We'll call her right back. I got another number. But we'll keep talking. But Valerie, you can't hear us at all?
I can barely hear. Hold on, let me try.
Can you hear me, Valerie?
The
guy at Arco can hear you.
Valerie, this is Lyle, the man-child. Can you hear me?
Okay, put you on speaker. I hope we're not getting an echo.
No, it's fine.
Oh, you're fine.
You're fine.
I can hear you.
All
Okay,
right. Valerie.
Good afternoon.
Good
Hello?
afternoon.
Valerie.
All right, we're in. Somehow we made it. Anyways, tell us what you're trying to promote, the Ebony Showcase Theater. Give us some insight what we're trying to do here as far as promote you getting back your theater.
Okay. I'm trying to make people understand that my father and mother were pioneers in theater and also pioneers in helping people, thousands of people, thousands of kids. And we have a 501c3 nonprofit organization called Ebony Showcase Theater. It's dedicated to education and cultural enrichment through entertainment. Founded in 1950, my parents presented people on stage. A lot of the information on the internet about what they presented is half-truth. Although it was called Ebony Showcase, it was because my parents wanted to show African-American people in normal roles at that time when
But
they
your
started.
dad, but Valerie, your dad started like back in, what was it, the vaudeville?
Yeah, he was in vaudeville. He, as a child, he lived across the street from the Cotton Club, but he was actually born in New York, but his parents were immigrants from Barbados, British West Indies. So he grew up in the British West Indies until he was, I don't know, how old, Mom?
Oh, you got your
My
mom?
mother doesn't remember. My mom's here, yes.
Yeah, can I say hi?
Hi there.
Yes, say hi. Hi.
Hi.
It's
That's,
nice
that's,
to
that's
hear you.
Edna. That's Nick's wife. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, she's been liberated. We just brought her home.
Whoop, whoop.
Good. We're happy to
Yeah.
hear that. Good for you.
Yeah.
Hey, Valerie?
Yeah.
Valerie? I just wanted to say that if Nick were alive today, he would be right up there in the caliber of acting with Denzel Washington, Lawrence Fishburne, and James Earl Jones. He was such a pioneer from his early beginnings, and as a former patron of the theater, it is such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
a lot.
That's Dave. And Dave actually went to the Ebony Showcase Theater.
Yeah, I saw
When
many
was
of the but this was in the 80s and the 90s. I saw, it was great to see people like Ted Lanes, who most of America just knows as Isaac the bartender on Love Boat, but to see him doing Shakespeare. Yeah, or to see Sherman Hemsley or Isabel Sanford on the stage, to see Robert Townsend, Rudy Ray Moore, Lady Reed. Your dad, would just bring the most wonderful, wonderful people. And, they would have workshops and classes. And we'd have chicken and waffles at Roscoe's. We'd listen to Kcaa on the radio. It was just such a wonderful place. And I'm so glad you're on the radio with us today.
Yeah, the Ted Lange that my father had was Ted Lange's son. I'm sorry,
yeah,
father.
Yeah, that's what
he had the original Ted Lange.
The whole family was so great.
But it was the father that was presented at the Ebony.
That's correct, but his son came later towards the theater closed in '98. This was in the early '90s. His son was there. I'm not that old.
Oh, okay.
I
He's an '80s person.
Ted Lane's his son.
But Dave knows everything about pop culture. He's like pop culture expert.
Oh, I see. Great. Oh, one of the things I wanted to mention was that back in the 1940s, during World War II, a lot of the entertainers served their country by doing USO shows, and there were radio shows at that time called Jubilee shows, and stars would be, and white, but mainly black, were on these variety shows presented by Armed Forces Radio.
Right.
And in about 1947, at the end of the war, my father, serving his country and in uniform, the entertainers would wear uniform and army uniforms. But he took a trip of dancers and singers and entertainers to Alaska and the Aleutian Islands in a USO troop that he led.
That's Bob Hope, like what Bob Hope was doing, right?
Pardon me?
Didn't he work a lot with Milton Berle and Bob Hope during?
Yeah, with Milton Berle and George Byrne. My mother said Eddie Cantor. I know he was on the
Burns
Rudy
and Allen
Valley shows all the time.
He worked at Burns and Allen, right?
He did.
Yes, he did. I thought he did. And then Milton Berle was very young at the time.
Now, Valerie, did all those people come through your theater? I mean, they supported you. Like we talked about Alan Young, and I mean, you've had so many people like Milton Berle come through your theater, and they supported the theater. And your dad put all his efforts into the theater, and to the point where he had to lose some jobs.
Yeah, Milton Berle was a regular visitor and friend of my dad's. He used to work on stage with him. There are a lot of them did not come through the theater, but some notable people started there. For example, I don't know if he started, but Bill Shallert, who was head of the
well, you had John Amos started there.
Yeah, but Bill Shallert was presented in Austin.
Edna's giving, she's feeding her information. How old? I don't want to ask how old your Bob is, but okay.
We don't do age.
Huh?
We don't do age.
Yeah.
We don't do age.
No, it's not nice.
But Ed has been around. She understands.
It's not nice to ask a lady's age anyway.
I'm not going to ask anything.
No. Hey, let me ask you something. Did you ever have a chance to visit Disneyland with your dad since he did the voice on Splash Mountain, reprising his role from Song of the South?
Yeah, we went down to the opening of Splash Mountain. We were there when it opened.
And your
How
dad?
was that? Was that fun
your
for
dad
you?
Was there.
My dad was there. We were there. They opened it. They presented my dad.
I wasn't there. My friend who was a guest on this show, Ken Pellman, you've done some of the Disney conventions with your dad before he passed, right?
Yeah, Ken Pellman.
You know
I
Ken?
Pellman.
Yeah, Ken Pellman was on our show.
Yeah, yeah. He said he met you at one of the D23, the Disneyania conventions, that you and your dad used to go to the Disney conventions and meet a lot of the fans of Song of the South and Splash Mountain and the Splash Mountain events.
Oh, I've been looking for him because he wrote something on the internet about
Yeah,
my
he might
dad.
be calling in a little bit. So, but I'm just curious, what was it like hearing your dad's voice the first time he went through Splash Mountain?
How do I explain? You know, when your father's personality, he's just your dad. So he was my dad.
But it must be weird hearing your dad's voice come out of a bear.
I don't know how to answer that one. His voice is the original Brer Bear. So when we were kids, I remember he used to say, "I'm going to knock your head clean off." And he'd play with us and lift us up and throw us around.
Oh, when he got mad at you, he played Brer Bear?
He was the original Brer Bear.
Yeah.
So when we were kids, he would bring the movies down, and he would set up we lived in a normal little duplex, and he would bring movies and a projector and put the projector in the driveway of our duplex, and all the kids in the neighborhood would come and sit on folding chairs.
You had the original drive-in.
That my dad
Oh my God, you had the cool dad.
Right. Yeah, he would do that.
We
So he
love
was
that.
always working with kids and helping kids and presenting talent back from the inception. And so the theater was just a natural thing that happened. By the way, I learned my dad used to always tell me that he had been the camp director of a camp in the it's not the Ozarks, in the oh God, what are those mountains? Starts with a C.
Castaic?
Yeah.
No. Oh my.
East Coast, West Coast.
That's okay. It wasn't the Matterhorn.
Yeah. Anyway, it turns out I looked in the Disney biography for Splash Mountain, and it mentions that back, I guess, in the late 1930s or so, my dad was bringing talent to this resort, and it wasn't just black talent. It was black talent and white talent that he would bring there. And
the Catskills?
And people mention the theater.
Catskills.
For some reason, they don't seem to realize that although it was called Ebony Showcase, my dad started the careers of people. Well, they started their own careers, but he gave them.
Phil Collins, Eric Clapton were early on at the Ebony. Oh yeah, for
not
sure.
Black people. So
yeah,
I mean,
there were no color berries at the Ebony Showcase. My comedy partner was in a wheelchair, and you guys welcomed us with open arms. And what was amazing too about your dad was he had such a passion for theater, but he also had a passion for educating people. He used to have seminars about the electoral process for the community to teach people how to vote and get familiar with the candidates in the area about, different issues and everything. And he was just so passionate. And like I said, to be such a pioneer is just so fantastic.
Hey, Valerie.
Yes?
Yeah, I was going to tell you, I work at Cal State Fullerton, and today, just a few hours ago, I get off work at 11:30, but I wanted to tell you that one of the offices that is on the floor that I work on is African American Studies. And I went into the office today, sat down and talked to the girl, and I was telling her about, she already knows that I do a show with Trevor and Leslie and Dave, and I gave her one of my business cards, and then I told her what my show was all about today. And I, told her all about your father and, the breakthroughs and all the stuff that had happened years ago. And I told me you were going to be my guest, and your mom was going to be on. And she was really happy to hear all that. And I'm hoping that her and maybe her students are listening. If they are, great. If not, maybe they'll listen to the podcast later. But I just wanted to tell you that, that I sat in there and talked to them. I was talking to them about Charlie Pride, the country singer, that I liked a lot when I was a kid. I talked to her about just different people and everything that I like. But I wanted to let you know that there's a,
Well, right, but Valerie will talk about anything to anybody. I mean, in fact, maybe you should share her information with the people you've been talking to. That's another idea. Let's get Valerie in touch with the Cal State Fullerton.
Valerie,
really, definitely,
Larry
I will.
in the chat room wants to know about what was your parents' dedication to the Showcase Theater, and what were some of the actors that were discovered at the theater? Who can you remember?
Trevor, do you have that list that I sent you? Of people that not necessarily were discovered, but they were often presented. Trevor, I sent the list over to you.
Well, anyways, hey, Valerie, hang on the line. Hang on the line.
Let me ask you this, Valerie.
I know.
What was the first time that you saw your dad either like on the screen? Like, do you remember when you first saw him on Amos and Andy? And what was your first thought? Like, wow, Lightning's my dad. What was your first memory of thinking, my dad's an actor?
Valerie, were you born on the set of Amos and Andy?
No, but Ella Fitzgerald used to babysit me in the dressing room.
Hey, now that is cool.
Wow.
So awesome.
Ella Fitzgerald. You talk about a legend.
That's great. Hey, Valerie, we got Ken Pellman. Can we go to a break?
This is great.
Hold on. We're going to go to a break and bring back Ken Pellman, okay?
Valerie, stay
Ken,
with
are you
us.
there?
Thank you.
I'm here.
Okay, hang on. We're going to go to a break. We'll come right back with Ken Pellman, Valerie Stewart, Dave, Trevor, Lyle, and Leslie.
You see, it's funny. We had to imitate a white person imitating a black person in order to get on the Amos and Andy show. They taught us how to be black, how to mispronounce words and whatnot. Who the hell needs it? You understand?
In 1972, the year after Julia went off the air, the networks took a chance on the first black situation comedy since Amos and Andy, Sanford and Son.
Yes? Oh, I'm sorry. Deliveries are in the rear.
Next thing he called us boy. Get on out of here with them, Pop.
Where did you get this?
What's it to you? Why do you ask? Well, you think we thieved? Think we stole it? Give him one, Lamont. Give him one across his lips.
The establishment has a concept of what a black should be. And in order for us, and the average black, when he reads a script to get a job in radio or television, he knows the black lifestyle that's demanded of him. And he tries to play that part. And we pass on these negative concepts to our youth. It's not the actors that's hurting, it's the people that's hurting.
I said it before and I'll say it again. I didn't want to move to California.
It's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
People hang on his every word, even the prepositions. He could disarm you with his looks or his hands. Either way. He can speak French in Russian. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis.
The Outreach Ministry of United in Christ Baptist Church in Apple Valley believes we need to be leaders in our community and followers in Christ. Just as Matthew 25:36 states, I was naked and you clothed me, United in Christ Baptist Church wants to help those in need with a clothing giveaway Saturday, November 14th, 8:30 till 12:30 at the church located right behind the Apple Valley Post Office. For more information, call Mary Jane at 760-240-6555, 760-240-6555.
Hi, I'm Cindy Williams, and I believe that our seniors deserve the very best care and that home care should be personal. That's why I recommend Visiting Angels, the compassionate caregivers that give you peace of mind. Visiting Angels provides personal care, meal preparation, light housekeeping, companionship, and so much more. To put an angel by your side, go to visitingangels.com.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Leather doesn't have to be expensive. Not when it comes from Lucerne Lapidary and Leather in the Lucerne Valley. Who doesn't like leather? Get leather belts, wallets, gun belts, holsters, rifle scabbards, and original design handmade saddles. But that's not all. There's jewelry, custom design, custom cutting, shaping, engraving, polishing, repair, and more. Even classes in jewelry design. Come see it for yourself in the high desert. Lucerne Lapidary and Leather. 32776 Old Woman Spring Road in the Lucerne Valley. Call 760-885-7777. That's 760-885-7777.
All right, we're back with Ken Pellman and Valerie Stewart.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken. Hey.
You guys know each other.
I'm a fan of Valerie Stewart and her father. She doesn't really. There's no way she knows who I am. But I met them once, and
she knows.
I've been looking for you because I think you wrote something years ago about us and put it on the internet on your family website. I remember.
I did.
And I've been looking for that, and I couldn't find it.
Oh well,
I remember.
I would be happy to send you a copy. I met you guys at an unofficial Disney convention. I'm a huge Splash Mountain fan, and I worked at Disneyland for 15 years, and I got to work around Splash Mountain a lot.
Nice.
And I get a big kick out of the fact that his voice is in that attraction.
Oh yeah.
And I think what you've been doing with the Legacy is absolutely wonderful, and the whole the theater, and keeping that going. And I think we need things like this.
Right, and I think that Valerie, at this point, we should give out your contact information. That way, Ken can contact you again because you found him.
Yeah. First of all, we need to mention that the theater building was demolished in 1998 on my birthday.
Oh, jeez.
And that after that happened, I had a choice of kind of walking away or continuing the theater project without a building, which is what I had to do. I was forced. It was part of a urban development project, and actually the state's historic resources inventory that was done.
You lost your father
for
like
that
a few months
time
after that, right?
That urban renewal would be one of the negative things that could happen to the theater, and it did happen.
Were you able to keep anything from the theater?
The city thought it was all trash, and they threw it all away. They demolished everything.
They basically threw your life. They threw your life away.
They tried, but they weren't able to succeed because of the internet. Thank God for the internet.
Right.
I was able to.
And your website is great. I mean, the way that you keep plugging away, it's like you keep building and building that website.
It's about to be redone, but basically there are projects now on that website, and there are other websites that I have. Like I have an affiliation with
it's ebonyshowcase.org.
No, the regular website is ebonyshowcase.org.
Right.
But I've been able to affiliate with Filmon, and we're presenting through Filmon, through that affiliation, movies, documentaries, TV from all over the world. That's ebonyshowcasetheater.net. And then theater with a THEATRE. And I'm getting ready to relaunch a radio station, which is going to be at internetbroadcastingworld.com, and it's not there now. Plus, I'm doing a business incubator because a lot of people look at what happened to us in a negative light. Oh, you lost your building, your theater is dead. But no, it's not. Losing the building, just, if you have goals, you find a way to reach those goals. And my dad had a the theater is dedicated to education, cultural and economic enrichment through entertainment, I think. Anyway, I was able to reach those goals through the other projects. So although we don't have a building, people have rumored that was closed. I don't think that Netflix is closed. I don't think that Hulu is closed. Mm-hmm. So I certainly don't want people to consider us closed when we are presenting movies and entertainment and providing also in our online store where we sell classic movies. And there's some other projects that I'm going to announce soon where we'll be selling other projects and products in order to raise money to continue the legacy, in order to help kids, in order to make a difference. And I want to mention that my dad used to say when he was growing up that most of the people that he grew up with, even in those days, he said a lot of them were in jail and are dead. That's the way he put it. And he would say that learning to dance and learning to act made a difference in his life. So that's how he was always helping kids, through training them. And the theater training gives discipline and character analysis and thinking skills. So I want people to hopefully donate to the nonprofit that my parents started and help us to continue this legacy. It's a unique legacy.
And what a travesty that the state didn't recognize the building as a historical landmark, considering who had come through those doors and what was done there at the Ebony Theater, because not only was it the theater, but it was also a youth center. You know, and that, I mean, how huge was that they turned around and just said, no, this is all trash, let's make it go away, when in fact it was historical in itself, you know, to have them do that.
The methods that they used to do it included Nate Holden, who the new building that stands where our theater was. Nate founded another nonprofit called Ebony Showcase Cultural Center, and he incorporated under that name. Reardon had a lady that came down there and told them that they should incorporate, and they were daring enough to have a second Ebony Showcase that we knew nothing about. So they were telling the public that they were saving the Ebony, but they'd started their own. And there's a horrific picture I meant to send to Trevor of my father who looks like he's drooling. And there's a picture that's saying that how did they put it? That they couldn't help us because it would be a gift to public funds, but they didn't tell that they had founded a second entity using their connections.
Well, and how sad to have your dad watch them take that building away, you know, chair by chair and brick by brick for everything that he had built, and so much of himself that he had put into it that I can just see him dwindling as the building dwindled.
Well, there was one day, and Trevor doesn't want me to talk about sad times, but
it's okay.
There was one day
your dad was a fighter.
No, you've got to know, he was in there across the street watching them, and they were taking everything we had and cutting it up and throwing it out the window and breaking it up so it looked like trash, and it was sliding into these long cars. And my dad went into a catatonic state, and we couldn't talk to him. We had to call an ambulance.
Oh my gosh!
So I just wanted to say that.
That's devastating.
But he was devastated, but he was still a fighter, and everything that he did. That Trevor was looking at the photograph that I sent him with that looks like a sad picture. No, it wasn't. It was a brave man fighting back, and what he was fighting was not personal situation about the Ebony Showcase. That's what people need to understand. That it's something that is done with frequency. The hardworking people who have worked their lives, working, not standing there with their hands out, not begging, not expecting to get anything for free. And those are the people that are often victimized by this concept of redistribute. What do you call it? My dad used to call it Robin Hood in reverse.
No, you know what, Valerie?
I'm not being sad. This is bravery, Trevor. I know you don't want me to go there, but
No,
I am.
Lyle
because-
wants to say something.
Right?
Go, Lyle.
Are you there, Valerie?
Yeah.
I'm right here.
All right. No, you know what? Everything that you're talking about, is so true, and it's not about being sad. It's about telling the facts and the way they were. And you know what? When you have something taken from you that you've worked so hard for, because I've had a lot taken from me, and I've had to pick up the pieces and go back to square one so many times.
Right.
And I just, I'm only 45 years old, but you know what? I've been through a lot in these 45 years, and I may not have owned my own building. I may not have, been in show business. This is my first start in radio and everything, but I've had a lot taken from me, and I've had to just tell myself, you know what? They can take away the bricks, they can take away the concrete, they can take away whatever they want, but they will never ever take away my heart and my soul, and I will keep going, and I will find a way no matter what happens. And that's what I'm listening to you, and you know what? You're really touching a soft spot in my heart about how, your father, he did so much. He broke so many barriers. He worked with so many people, and he did everything he could, and he accomplished so much. And to have it all just taken away and nobody caring except for the people that were close to him, nobody just, oh, well, we're going to do this and that's it. It doesn't matter. To see all of that, it really, it's sad, but you know what? I didn't know your father, but I'm quite sure he thought the same thing that I think. You know what? You go ahead and do this, but you know what? I'm still here. I still have my memories, and you'll never be able to take those from me.
And what a huge legacy. Look at all the people that he's touched, that he touched while he was alive. And even today, where that legacy just continues from, generation down to generation. Mm-hmm. It's just awesome.
Okay, this is the thing I need to say, that at the time that this was being done, he had just gotten the Living Legend Award from the National Black Theater Festival.
Wow.
Received the LA Weekly Theater Award, and something called the Kcaa Award from the NAACP. And also he had gotten a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Beverly Hills NAACP. All of these great, wonderful things were happening to him at that same time. Therefore, what I need is for people to understand that the theater is alive. We're looking for a building. A wonderful person just donated a building to us for offices.
It's funny. There's a building in Brea where I live, the city of Brea where I live. You know what? I wish I owned it, but I don't. But maybe I should talk to them. They built it back in 2003 for a direct photo, and they only lasted there a couple of years, and it's been empty ever since 2006 or 7 or something like that. That would be a perfect place for you guys to have it, but I don't own the building, but I can always find out who does.
Valerie.
Please find out. We want to keep the legacy alive, and we want the help that we need to help people. This is not something that, I hear you, Trevor. This is not something that's supposed to stop. My dad felt that it was up to us, all of us,
I'll get the number
like
to the place.
A relay race and to hand the baton on and to keep on going.
Okay, well, I'll get the number to the place,
definitely.
and I'll shoot it out to you, and we'll go from there. But I just know it's just funny that ironic that you mentioned that, because I pick my daughter up from junior high every day, and then I drive by that place, and I remember how they built it from the ground up, and like I said, it was called a direct photo, and it wasn't around very long, and it's just been sitting there vacant, and it would be perfect, and it's not far from downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I've got Dave and Ken are still on the line. They'd like to say something as we go out. Let's go to Dave. Dave first.
Hey, Valerie. I just want to say hi. I remember, I don't know if you do, but remember when your dad crashed that Nate Holden party? Remember right before he died? Your dad was a warrior.
Trevor, yes.
Your dad was a warrior. And here's a message I want to give out to all the listeners. Right now, the Red Fox estate has licensed a Red Fox hologram to go on tour with an Andy Kaufman hologram. And I don't want to see a Richard Pryor hologram. I would much rather see the real Richard Pryor, the real Red Fox. And Valerie is keeping the magic of her dad alive. And that's what needs to be done. These folks need to live forever. Ken, do you agree with me on that? Hello?
Ken, did we lose you?
Ken, are you there?
You guys are breaking it up horribly.
He's there. Wait, I
I'm
just
very
heard him.
passionate about, the fact that your dad, like I said,
My brother
he
the broom
broke
just
down
answered you.
so
My brother
many
the broom.
doorways, so many paths that had never been crossed. And I remember going to the theater, and seeing comedians that would never be people like Robert Townsend in their infancy, people like, the Wayans brothers, when they were younger. This was pre-In Living Color. And, I mean, you're so much my senior, but it's our elders that are keeping the legacy of the great talent of Hollywood alive. And like I mentioned, it's a disgrace. Red Fox hologram? I'd rather sit home and watch a 22-hour Sanford and Son marathon.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you on that, brother.
You're right on, Dave.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
Dave.
My soapbox, but thank you.
Well,
Dave.
Valerie, we truly hope that you keep that legacy going. That is just something
God
that
bless you,
people
Valerie. God
people
bless
need
you.
to
God
know
bless
about.
you, dear. God bless you so
Thank
much.
you
know
very
what?
much.
We
Wait.
love you so much, Valerie. We
Valerie.
love you so much.
Valerie, yeah, of course I love you. I mean, we've been talking for a long time, and we've done the Amos and Andy show. We did the tribute. But Valerie, to me, everything that you've talked about, your dad and your history and everything else, your dad has to be like held in high regard because of what he accomplished and what he struggled all the way through, huh?
All the way through, every day. Every day, 40, 50 years, yes, every day. It was always uphill because he did it without foundation grants, without government subsidies. It was on his ability to earn and on hard work, and wasn't a freeloader, not at all.
Well, you know what?
One of the hardest working men in the business.
This society has no, as far as I'm concerned, this society has no room for freeloaders. You know what? I work hard for what I get, and I don't
Right.
I don't do well with freeloaders.
Yeah.
Right.
Valerie, I got this weird request. I mean, let's kind of like backpedal a little bit. But
Go ahead.
what do you think of medical marijuana?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think.
Yeah, that's not backpedaling. That's another country, man.
I've just been handed a joint. All right, what should I do with it?
You give it to
I
you
can't
give it to
tell you what to
man-child,
do
and then
with
he
what's in your hands.
I don't smoke that.
It's like I mean they even it's like in a little like it's a beautiful case, huh? Look at this thing.
I think they're setting you up. I think it's a frame job.
No, because Valerie.
Wow, that just took a left turn.
Here we are.
Yeah, really. Yeah, the frame
Hey,
account.
Valerie and
I want
Dave.
Valerie's opinion because Valerie and I are friends.
Valerie has no opinion.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
Yeah, take the bit, Valerie. Take the
Thank you, Valerie.
Remain silent, Valerie. Don't go there.
Hey, let's
No opinion. None whatsoever.
well, let's end this
what
with
a
a
waste.
comedy.
Valerie,
Thank
Valerie.
you so much, Valerie.
Valerie, no, we're not done with
Dave,
Valerie.
hold on, Dave. We're
Valerie,
not done.
hold
Dave,
on.
stay there.
Valerie, hang on, because this is funny. Go ahead, put Mark on. Mark just handed me this. Let
This
him
is the operations
explain.
manager at
Oh, we set
KCAA.
up.
There's a
What's
group of
behind
people
it?
out in our parking lot as I was going over to the bank, and it's the 5th anniversary of the legalization of medical marijuana, and they're marching from the parking lot here
In San Bernardino.
over to City Hall at 499
Handing
North
out free
D Street.
joints.
They're handing out free joints because they're going to blaze up at 420.
Oh, dear.
Oh, man.
Hey, we'll still be here, right?
Well, remember, this is a station that
Entrapment. Entrapment.
Well, I got one. Hey, Valerie, you want me to send it to you?
Hey, Valerie and Dave, I got something funny to tell you.
Mark, Dennis Hoff has free Viagra.
Okay, anyways, Valerie.
Yeah, next
Boy.
week. Yeah, you get the Viagra next week.
Whatever happens. No, but we're not going to a
keeping it
break.
happy, Valerie. We're
Hey,
keeping
no,
it
no,
happy.
no, no,
Say
no.
something funny.
No, you guys be quiet.
No,
We're not.
No, it's about Sanford.
Okay,
Be quiet. Be quiet.
Okay.
We're not going to a break until Valerie gives out her contact information. Valerie, go.
let's see, 323-393-3744. Just call me at that number. That's my Google Voice, so you can leave a message, you can leave a text message, or you can go to Valerie, VALARIE, at peopleneedtoknow.com. That's all words. peopleneedtoknow.com.
Are you on Facebook?
Facebook, I'm People Need to Know.
Okay.
There you go.
Or just Google Nick Stewart, and all roads will lead to Valerie. Just Google Nick Stewart.
Can I tell the funny thing about Sanford Son?
No, we have to go to a break. But
wait. Now my
You have to
talk.
pay the bills, Lyle. Have to pay the bills.
No, let
we gotta pay the
let
bills.
Lyle go.
On.
You know what? The funny thing is, go Lyle. I'll tell you.
All right, you guys remember that episode? Because I love Red Fox, okay? And Dave put something on there about Red Fox earlier. My favorite, well, one of the funniest episodes is where in the show, he comes back from being on vacation in St. Louis, and he's giving away gifts to everybody. And he
goes to Hawaii?
And he goes. Well, Red Fox was actually in a contract dispute with NBC, I guess, and he went away, and that's when Grady was taking care of the house and all that kind of stuff. And Lamont. Okay, he comes back from St. Louis. Fred comes back from St. Louis, and he's there again. He's giving away. Everybody's opening their gifts that he brings back from St. Louis. And when he takes when Esther opens her gift, she's all, "Hey, it's just a clear piece of plastic." And he's like, "Put it over your face." She puts it over her face, and he's all, "It's your Halloween mask." Ah!
We love LaWanda Page. LaWanda Page was great.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Hey guys, we got to go to a break. Thanks, Valerie.
Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you, Valerie.
Okay.
Bye.
God bless you, Valerie.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
So you got your taxes done and filed on time, or maybe not. Now is not the time to panic, though. I've got the solution, and they're right here in the Southland. Weinkoop & Associates been in the business of serving OC and IE accounting and bookkeeping needs for more than 30 years. Whether you're a small or large business or an individual who needs info and help with trust management, accounting, and tax returns, Weinkoop & Associates can help. Oh, and the initial evaluation is free. Call 949-851-1632. That's 949-851-1632. Or go to winecoopcpa.com. That's WYNKOO.
Yeah, Joe, I love you. And when she died, I couldn't cry. What?
You're on. You're going to end the show like you always like.
Oh, hey, just to let you know.
Freaking pay attention.
All right, this is Man-Child. Believe in God, believe in yourself, believe in love, and nothing in the world can stand in the way of your goals and your dreams. PK Donuts, the best donuts in the world. Brea, California. PK Donuts. They are the best.
Oh, we got 1 minute.
Oh, well, come on.
PK
PK Donuts on Brea Boulevard in Brea. My friend, the owner, I know him very well. His name is Pan Chu. He's a great guy. He's got a wife and 2 kids, and him and his family run that place. It's an awesome place.
Wow.
What?
Hit the road, Jack.
No, not going to happen.
Everyone, have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
A great weekend.
And we're going to all hit
God
the
bless
road, Jack.
Yes, we
Volume
are.
up. Volume up. Let's close it with Hit the
Let's
Road,
have some more
Jack.
Pantera,
We're going to hit the
Cemetery
road.
Gates.
What you say?
This is KCAA Loma Linda, the station that leaves no listener behind. CNBC News is next, a courtesy of BuySellMakeOffer.com, where you can post a video about items you have for sale. Sign up now. It's free.
I'm Jen Lesher, CNBC Radio. The Dow rose 47 points and Nasdaq was higher by 19. Investors were concerned the blowout jobs report will prompt the Fed to raise interest rates next month.